mate.
Hello, fella. You all right?
Yeah, you.
I am. I've had a decent race run.
Cool.
Yeah, not all in the threes. Couple of laps in the threes, but mostly in the fours. But no major mistakes. So I'm a lot happier now.
That's good.
A lot
Cool.
happier now.
Would you better do us a favour? Would you better put the link to your stream in here? Because I ain't got Facebook on my PC.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to join the chat, the briefing now, and I'll do it
Cool.
while I'm in the briefing.
Oh, I need to pop to the toilet and get what do you say,
Yeah,
a beer or something as well.
cool. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Cool. All right, mate.
Evening, guys. We'll just give it a minute or two for people to join, and we'll start the briefing. Ashley.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to your ACS Flight Simulator.
Please welcome to your ACS Flight Simulator.
Right, I could serve him in. It's fine.
Yeah, nice one.
Right, we'll get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 4 of ACCSS Sprint Championship Series, Round 1 at Mount Panorama. So a few things to run through rules-wise. The first thing to note is qualification is split between the two different tiers. So if you're a Tier 2 driver, so you'll have a red number in the game, you have the first 15 minutes to do your qualifying lap. That means you can start a lap up until 15:01 on the timer. Anytime after that, you're not allowed to start a new flying lap. Tier 1 drivers, you'll have the white numbers, and the invitational drivers with the silver numbers. You have from 15 minutes in qualifying until the checkered flag to start your lap. If you ignore this and they're out at the wrong time, you'll get a warning in text chat, and if you continue to ignore it, you'll be disqualified from qualifying and starting at the back. In qualifying, it's up to you to make your own space. If you're on an invalid or an out lap, don't impede other people's laps as well. We had a couple of instances over the last couple of races where people would then start the race with a penalty because they're impeding during qualifying. It doesn't mean dive out the way on the mountain, but it does mean, on the straights, get out of their way if you're not on a lap. Speaking of, during the race, this is obviously Bathurst. We know this is a difficult track. There's going to be probably quite a few crashes and yellow flags. So if you see a yellow flag in Sector 2, that probably means somebody's died somewhere on the mountain. Just give it a little lift, take it a bit cautious, try and get through as cleanly as you can. In the race, blue flags as well. The blue flag rules we have, that if you are being blue flagged, it's your responsibility to safely get out of the way of the faster car. Again, that doesn't mean dive out of the way unsafely, but just take a bit of care and look after each other and make sure we can get past safely. During the race, text chat will be is forbidden, but during free practice and quali, I don't really mind so much. But during the race, keep the text chat clear because that's where the penalties will be put in, so where you can see them there. What else have we got? Incidents you can call out. So one of the things you can do during the race, while I'll be in the quiet chat calling out penalties as they arise and typing them in the text chat. If you're in the quiet chat and you see somebody with an unsafe rejoin, ignoring blue flags or crossing the pit line, you can call out your car number and the infringement So, for example, the most common one we hear is Paul Glover say number 79 pit line infringement. I mean, Paul's seen somebody crossing the pit line, and then I'll make a note of it on the steward sheet, and we'll look into it from there. Just take care of each other in this race. This is, from what we've seen, there's probably going to be some carnage, but I'm sure we can make it through to the end. This bit has previously been the cleanest, so let's try and keep it that way. I'm going to be in the lounge for most of free practice up until qualifying. So if you've got any questions, just pop in there or message me on Discord if you want to do it that way. Thanks, guys. Take care of each other. Let's have a fun race.
Right, are you back, Ed? Right. Let's have a look, see what we can see. Hello, Kyle. You all right, mate? I'm not going to be able to see the chat because I haven't got a second screen, but I'm going to rely on Ed, who's going to be watching the stream, to be in media corner, as it were. Let's just make sure that I've got the right setup on. So, free practice, I'm just going to go out in my qualifying setup. I've just done a race run. So, we'll see what my qualifying pace potentially is. No. That is failure to keep the pit limiter on. That was a great start.
Pit exit's clear. Let's get some heat into these brakes.
Ooh, 2 o'clock in the morning, there is little grip. I know my tyres and brakes are cold, but still. So, Kyle, I don't know if I actually said earlier on, I don't know if it's still just you listening or if anyone else is listening, but race format is half an hour practice, then qualifying is half an hour, 15 minutes for the AM drivers, that's me, all the drivers with the red number in the bottom left hand side of your screen, and then we have to pull in, and then the quickest drivers, the white numbers and the silver numbers, they go out for their 15 minutes. So red is AM, white is pro, and then silver is invitational drivers. So they're all drivers who were too quick to take part in the upcoming leagues, but they've been invited back to kind of make up the numbers as part of a fast race. So still not 100% sure how I've made it into this race, but we'll see what we can get out of it. At the end of the day, I think keeping it clean and sensible is probably just the best bet. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Like switching my pit limiter off as I tried to pull out the pit garage. That would be silly, wouldn't it? Looks like Hughes had an issue out of there. He's that's Stephen Hughes. He's rapid. Yes, he's in a Bentley. He loves his Bentley. He's rapid.
White flag, mate. Yellow flag. Watch out.
That's going to happen a lot.
The leader has just done a 2:05.14.
I'm back with you, mate. How are we doing?
Hello, mate. Just
The leader has just done a 2:04.84.
bit of practice.
Cool.
Couple of spinners on the mountain.
Lap for Leon, 2:04.07.
This is Ace. I'm getting the delay as well. I might mute the
Oh yeah.
mute. Sorry, I'll mute the telly. That's better. I'm slightly behind the streaming chat now, but I've just got as much as I love your voice, mate. I've got it once and not twice.
Cool. I'm going to rely on you for media corner tonight.
Yep. Now we'll do. We've got Kyle with us at the minute.
Yeah, I've just been trying to break down the weekend for him because obviously we're going to try and talk him into doing a bit more of this ACC
Yeah,
when we can.
I think he should. I think he'd
Yellow
be
flag.
good, especially with the good on Ace. I know he's tracking over really well. But yeah, I don't know how far you got through, but basically you got
Sector 3
30
times
minutes of
quick.
practice, and then a 30-minute quali split into two halves, 15 AM drivers or however many. But your AM split goes out for the first 15 minutes, and then the pro split for the second 15. Which is good because then you're not getting all. I think there's 36 cars in my race of the night, getting everyone on track at the same time. And then it's open season during the race. Have you explained to him colours of numbers and stuff on the,
Yep,
on the left, Mark?
Done that. Already made my first mistake of the night. Pulled out of the pit garage and switched my pit limiter off halfway down the pit lane. So it reset me back to the pits. So if that's the only mistake I make tonight, I'll be well happy.
That'd be good. Yeah, you'll love it, Carl. They're decent. Oh, apparently I need to turn my volume up. How's that? Is that any better? This microphone's quite quiet on this headset, Kyle, but you're still saying you can barely hear me. I might have to shout or just invest in a decent mic. Yeah, I think you'd like it, Carl. They're a good bunch of lads as well. Similar, there's some great guys there like the FR lot as well. Different, but yeah, there's guys advising. One thing I need to speak to you about at some point, Martin, when we've got time this week. The guy that I had the slight coming together with in turn 2, I was chatting to him the other day.
Sorry, chatting to who?
The guy who I had that coming together with in turn 2.
Yep.
Temperatures look good.
And he was saying as he'd been watching it back, so I think he's obviously going to put a protest in. It didn't look like I was at full throttle in the straight. He thinks there might be something wrong with the deadband on the throttle.
Okay.
But somebody also said there's a bug in the game that doesn't necessarily show full throttle.
Clear left.
So
New fastest lap for
it might be a
2:03.86.
bug in the game, or it might be the fact that I need to adjust the parameters on the pedals a little bit, which would be quite handy because if I'm only getting like 97 or 96% throttle. The times I was having the other night would be quite
Okay,
good.
Martin, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
I see what you mean as well about it being different here
All right.
at night
Still
as
there.
it is.
Clear right.
The leader's just done
on
a
GTS.
2:03.72.
It's a lot more realistic when you see
It is a lot clearer. It's a lot easier to see. So yeah, I've still got my
Leader has just done a
main room lights on,
2:02.89.
and I can see perfectly
Okay.
well.
I'm just going to have a look and see if I can adjust my volume settings. The microphone. test. See this quite well again.
I'm actually feel like I'm getting a bit held up by this guy. I'm not really pushing as hard as I could do, but it's quite reassuring that.
Yeah, I think this the gain on this microphone is just really quite low because I've got it up full and I've got it on 100 on computer runner as well.
Yep.
So we'll see. Might be another
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
Thanks so much. This is coming back.
Well, I think I might. Oh, well, have I got 4 laps left?
The guy in front has just done a 2:05.52.
Well, I've got a bit of gap now, so fully intentional, of course. Not because I was rebounding off all the walls or anything.
No, you need to get yourself some space. It was good.
Well, yeah, that's the strategy, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin, you've used half your fuel. That's a new fastest lap for Hughes, 2:02.66.
Yeah, that Hughes has just done a 2:02.
P15, sector 3 times
Is
okay.
that the first one of the night so far?
Yeah, so it's showing me 16th out of 39 time-wise at the moment. I mean, out of 39, if I can get in the top 25, I'll be really happy, I think.
How many is in your split, mate? Do you know?
No idea. Not a clue.
I suppose it'll show us in your. We'll be able to work that out when you go out in your quali, won't we?
Sector 1 is quick.
Yeah, I mean, I've not done a quick time yet, to be fair. And this setup is it's not faring too bad, but yeah, the pressures aren't set right for this time of day because this is 2 o'clock in the morning.
Has just done a 2:02.62.
So this is my quali setup, which is actually for 4 o'clock in the morning, which will be subtly different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I put my foot down properly in a corner, I'm making up time.
Yeah, you can see when there's a good time, a quarter of a second just over the start of the mountains.
Yeah. So all I need really is a clean lap and I should get a decent time. Well, like I say, my race run earlier on, I think my quickest time was 3.8 and my average time was about a 4.2.
Right.
So I'm reasonably happy with where my pace is if I can find a decent, clean bit and find some rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got to allow at least half a second for it being dark, because you can. Your braking points will come up on you a little bit sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Although it's substantially better than on GTS, it's still not quite.
What's your speed?
Not quite the same. So.
Yep. Where's me pit? Where's me pit? Where's me pit?
See, I was lucky. I was second in the box. I didn't have to worry about driving through people. So. This is the only bit that I find a little bit unnerving when you're coming into the pits.
Yeah, so I actually had to stop there because I didn't have any fuel set up for refueling. Because obviously it's
Right.
a qualifying setup, so it wasn't supposed to last half an hour. But I've got 15 minutes, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I obviously didn't think of it on my way in because I just made a last-minute decision to come in.
Come in and refuel and then get. Oh, actually, I don't know if Kyle's still on, but that might be better on the microphone. I've just found on my thingies I can boost the signal, so at least on the testing now, it's a lot louder. What a word, louder. Nicky louder.
Right, so we can click AM and see there's 18 drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some pretty fast lads in there.
Yeah.
And then silver. So that's all the invited drivers. who are too fast to take part
So
normally.
that'll be where you Shane.
So
and
that's
stuff like
where
that
Shane
is,
is.
and-
There's
Yeah.
Shane. And then, yeah, overall, it'll just show, yeah, so the white numbers are the pro, but I can't select that because I'm in AM. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're saying you'd want top 25 when you're within the top 5 in your split at the minute.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's taking it hugely seriously at the moment.
No, but I mean, that I would think that what we was talking about earlier, the possibility of a top 10 in
All
your
right, Martin,
split.
15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
I think it's fairly realistic.
I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Find out once everyone actually puts their foot down and takes it seriously. Because I know I've not been driving.
We need to get some heat into them.
I know I've not been driving hugely seriously, but actually, come out in some space now. See if we can
Well,
make the most of this.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like on this lap now, you can push, can't you? And it's not, if you smack a wall or do some damage, it's not really going to do you any detriment. You might as well, if you can pretty much put this as your quali run.
Yep. Well, I reckon I've got 2 laps to get my tyres properly up to temperature.
Yep.
But this will be, so in qualifying, this will be my just an out lap just to warm everything up. Then the second lap could probably treat it as a bit as a banker lap, but it won't be quick.
Yeah.
And then almost like a second banker lap just to see where I am, and then see if I feel, how comfortable I feel really pushing.
Yeah, because you don't want to push for an out and out quali lap and maybe make a couple of mistakes and it get in your head a little bit.
Yeah, and also it's only 15 minutes, so it's worth just building speed gradually, I think. And I do find, I know we talk about this quite a lot, but I do find with this track, if you can get in a rhythm, it really helps. Once you get out of your rhythm, it's a nightmare place to be driving.
Yeah, you kind of want to make the whole, I mean, I noticed that the other night as well, you kind of want to make the whole track feel like one whole section.
Yep.
This here, through Forest Elbow down into the chase, is about the only time you can take a breath, resettle yourself if you need to have a think, or you need to just calm yourself. That's about the only place to do it. This section reminds me a little bit of the Melbourne Loop type area at Donington. It doesn't really feel like anything. You've got the last turn in turn 1. 90 lefts or 90-degree corners, I think are pretty boring anyway. But then once you get out of turn 2, turn 1 is going through now, onto this straight. This is the bit that it flows. This from now until Forest Elbow. The more laps you drive around it, you can't help but fall in love with the place.
I do find that first turn, even though 90-degree corners are pretty straightforward, that first turn I struggle with that every time.
Yeah, and it can cost you 2 or 3 tenths as well. If you don't get a good drive out of it, you can probably lose time, and that's where Dave Long the other night come alongside me into turn 2, because I'd got a little bit of a bobble, I'd gone a little bit too far over the curb on the right hand side on the way out, slowed me down a little bit, which allowed him, he got a really, really good drive, and allowed him to be on the inside going into turn 2. And then, but yeah, after that, it's this section here. Once you get this nailed, you can drive this so much better than you can on GTS. The weight of the car, you notice on this. On GTS, I just kind of always find like I'm just floating between the corners. And like I say, this one here, if you hit that marker there and you drive out, that again, you can lose 2 tenths.
Yep. Well, that have you got? Well, as I come out of Forest Elbow, because I was a second up.
Little slide there, wasn't it? But I mean, you've not done too bad there. It's probably cost you about a tenth and a half.
Yep.
And this should still, if you can get a decent run through the chase in the last corner, should still. It's a 3's on. Yeah, there you go. I'm just coming through the chase with you now, so you pulled about a tenth back there.
Yeah, not quite in the end.
P19. Sector 3 time is fast.
flat is close enough, mate.
Yep.
I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
Put it to a vote. Put it to a vote.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the first corner right.
Oh, there you go. Quarter of a second's go through there. I might do some cat stuff.
Ah, come on. Wide in turn 2.
See, I still feel more confident second
Oh.
out in second. I feel I can get a proper drive up this section of the track. I know it's down to me carrying corner speed through that section.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still find at the minute for me, second's probably, and it might be an Aston thing as well.
It might be.
A lot more weight on the front to turn in.
I mean, the Aston is going to be stronger through that corner.
Yeah. I really, really like the car at the moment.
The Aston is a cracking car.
A mutual friend that's very, well, doesn't talk about the M6 anymore. The Aston's the new one. But I'd be interested to drive the M6 on ACC. It's not a car that I've been in.
Yeah, Shane's not a big fan.
No.
No, he doesn't like it at all. I mean, I like the Aston feels quite different than GTS for me.
Yeah.
Because obviously I spent quite a bit of time in it in the Solo Endurance Cup, because that's the car I'm using. Well, I'm using exactly the same car as you're using, but in the Endurance Series. And it is just such a reliable car. You just know what it's going to do pretty much. A little bit of wash through the front tyres, obviously, but it's a front engine car.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's where I took your advice. I think I would probably been quicker in the 720, but I am more consistent in the Aston at the minute.
Yep.
And at the moment, the confidence of being more consistent, I think, is more relevant than possibly. I want to say faster in the 720, maybe by a couple of tenths. But if you're up by a couple of tenths one lap and then down by half a second the next, and up by a tenth, it's not going to do really good. I think the Aston's a very balanced car, and I think it's definitely the right car to be in for me this season.
Yeah, I mean, I did the 720 for my first season, and it was great, but it was a handful, and I think it did contribute to a lot of my incidents, should we say.
Yeah. So I might have Doc Coop watching us as well. He's just asked what time it starts. I'm just telling you, practice on at the minute, quali. That's in about 10 minutes.
Do absolutely love this Delta, but when it starts going against you, it's so irritating, so off-putting.
I find that I'm still looking at the time, and what I really need to just concentrate on is if I can see a flash of green in the top corner, I'm all right.
Yep.
And if I see a flash of red in the top corner, then I need to.
I think what I was trying to concentrate on the race run earlier is actually, as long as you're there or thereabouts, it doesn't matter whether you're red or green. You know, as long as you're there or thereabouts, you're looking for consistency.
To me, in quali, yes. In a race run, to me, if your delta's plus or minus half a second, that to me is still fairly consistent. I mean, you wouldn't really want to deviate by a second either way, but if you're say consistently setting 204 deads, but then during the race you start fluctuating between a 203.8 and a 204.2, half a second either side of your fastest is normally kind of like where I try and reckon to be, because you can make that out for drive, a little bit of slipstream, and that's consistent enough.
Yep.
I think.
Pretty close to a 3 there.
It'll come in quali. It'll definitely come in quali.
I see it should do. It should do. When the track conditions improve, I mean, you look at my pressures, and they're obviously down. The front tyres are below 27 now. So I should have more gripping. Well, 2 hours time on game time. But we'll see.
There's a white flag.
White flag.
Actually, we discussed that the other night, didn't we? As regards what white flag was. I think it's probably non-moving car.
Yeah, there was a car basically pulling off the track, and then it
Yeah.
went green. So
White flag signals slow-moving vehicle ahead.
yeah,
Left.
There we go.
sounds about right.
Yep.
The guy behind has just done a 204.27.
They needed a skull and crossbones for that race through the night. Just to say, if you come around this corner, there's already a guy dead. Please don't re-kill him.
Oh no. Right, that's me done, I think. Return to garage. Right, let's have a look at the timetables, because I've definitely got a 3 in me. So, I'm still 6th.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, so looking behind me, Gardastig, Mimsman will definitely be faster. Barticus should be quicker. Gardastig should be quicker. Strom will definitely be quicker. He was doing 202s the other day. Hawkins should be quicker as well. Yeah, Mimsman was the guy who won the division that I was in last time, the 3rd tier.
Right. Yeah, the way you're about on pace, just in sector 2, about 0.6 is where that's coming from. But your sector 1 and sector 3 times, well, your sector 1's faster than pole anyway.
It is. Losing 6/10 through the middle sector.
Yeah.
And then
And you're
bang on the well, a little bit quicker in the final sector.
Well, you're quickest out of the top 6 in sector 3.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, I think I'm probably going to be vulnerable on the brakes into the chase, but that's just because in the Ferrari you have to brake a little bit earlier than, say, the Aston Martin or the Mercedes. But, you know,
there's only one person faster than you in sector 3, and that's Strasser, and that's only by 200s.
Yeah, and he's going to go a lot quicker, I reckon. He's a quick lad. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, because there will be people. I mean, there's a bit of a gap between me and Strasser in 7th. But I mean, I know I can go. I mean, I can go a second quicker than this in the right conditions, and I'm sure the guys behind me can as well. So I think a lot of it's going to be down to finding the right gap.
Yeah.
Is that you breathing heavily like an ash?
It might have been. I just turned around, and after that stupid decking it on my face in the garden earlier, it took a bit of effort.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, there may be children watching. I'll not tell you what I felt like, but it wasn't my most glamorous of moments.
It's old man back problems, essentially, isn't it? It's not your back, it's your shoulder. But yeah, it takes a bit longer to recover these days.
Yeah. I'm only saying it because I'm playing my lad, because it was while I was on the way to do a job that he told me to do 3 months ago. So if he'd have done it, I wouldn't have fallen over. I've even had to go get my own sympathy beverage tonight as well. Obviously, we don't condone alcohol while driving, but I am having a cracking drink tonight.
Well, to be fair, I'm driving, you're not, so
yeah.
I'm designated driver, you see.
Good.
All responsible stuff.
So what's it?
Oh, Mimsman's game's crashed. Looks like Shane's bonking Jonathan Schugel. I mean, bonking as in crashing into him, nothing that might else be described.
There is a
drop to one of them. Yeah.
Shane is bonking
Jonathan.
Mr. Schugel.
Yeah, it's only because it says in the chat, bonk Shane, I saw that, but Jonathan's he's German, so I don't know if he knows exactly what bonk could mean in English.
We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it. it's more entertaining for us.
All right, 25 seconds, and then we go into qualifying. It's going to be quite interesting this way round because usually I've gone in qualifying because they only started this format last season, so I've had qualifying and then straight into the race. But this time I get 15 minutes to sit around and think about what I could have done better or think about my race strategy.
Yeah, which is good because it gives you that chance just to, like I say, just calm down, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I am armed to the teeth with tea, so I'm pretty good.
Nice.
It would be nice to have. Maybe I need to set up a flask or something so I can top it up without having to go to the kitchen.
Yeah, see, I was thinking of getting some sort of camelback set up.
Okay. On the back of your seat.
Yeah, just so it's got kind of so you can top it up if needs be.
Yeah. We got a 2:02 for the fastest time so far. I reckon that'll become at least a 2:01 in qualifying because the conditions will get better at 4 o'clock than they were at 2.
Yeah.
I know Shane was after a 2-minute in the 2-minute bracket, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's and again, I think the one thing that I've took so far, and I think we've said this multiple times, especially when we were talking with Craig and stuff last night. I think too many people try and race at the pace of the front.
Yep.
Whereas you're better off to go, right, if my pace is X, pick the guys you're racing with.
Yep.
And make that your race.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I'd love a 2:02, but I think a 2:03 I'll be very happy with. Very happy
and
with.
I think that's achievable. I don't think you're doing yourself any knock by that at all. I think that's a reasonable and achievable time. I think it's when you start setting yourself sort of slightly more unrealistic times. If you then don't hit them, it's harder to take. Isn't it?
Exit's clear. Push. Okay, Martin. We've got 29 minutes to get the job done. Your brakes are cold. Be careful.
Right. Let's find some space. Hopefully this guy behind me won't get too friendly behind. Who is it? Strom. So he is potentially quicker than me. So I do need to be a bit careful if he's going to get all aggressive behind. But
is it one of those situations where it makes sense just to let him through and try and tack on the back of him a little bit?
I think it's probably a question of I want to make sure I don't get too close to Trujillo in front of me. And if, he's backing off, the guy behind me is backing off. So I think we're all just need to find ourselves some space and just be sensible about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to let him through and then get the same issue for the guy behind me because he's quick as well.
Yeah, I suppose the spread of times between Gold Split will be less. I was finding I got caught up a couple of times and I could give nearly half the length of the Conrad to the guy in front, thinking, yeah, there you go, I've got enough, and then coming over the mountain section, because that is the area that people generally lose a lot of time.
Yep.
I was making that time back up to the point so I was balking the lap again.
Yep.
So... stuff to that as well.
Right, first attempt.
I'd say it's all about a banker.
Yep. Not the greatest entry, but like you say, it's a banker lap. Yeah, this guy is not driving particularly quickly. Although he got a better exit out of turn 1.
Yellow flag, watch out. On your right,
Oh my
clear
word.
right.
Park on the apex.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a wise move, is it? Do they give penalties in quality as well?
They will do, yeah. If they, I got a penalty last season at Kyle Army for unsafe re-entry onto the track.
Yeah, I mean that's a definite penalty. That's probably one of the worst places on the track to stop as well, isn't it?
New
Yeah, I mean
fastest
he's
lap for now,
obviously
204.45.
crashed. He's obviously crashed, but still. But it's given me the opportunity to back off a little bit, get myself some space, because there's a big gap behind me now.
Just kind of what you want in it is just get out in your. I mean, your point about quali is perfect. It's unless you know each lap is only going to be deviant by 0.2.
Brake temperatures are looking
There's
good.
no point in trying to play like 2 or 3 low fuel runs in this like you can in GTS. You're better off just to stay out for the full 15 minutes because quite often it then allows you to relax into a lap.
Yep.
And sometimes 2 or 3 laps in, all of a sudden you kind of go, God, there's quarter of a second there.
Yep. Well, I just need a banker at the moment. Because a 208 is not going to do it.
That's right, you'll think they'll pull that.
No, I could still do with some tyre pressure to be fair, but
Oh, come on, don't forget you've not had. This is only your first full push in that. Because your last one was taking account like that time over the mountain, so.
The leader has just done a 204.43.
see, they're only doing 204s at the front.
Yes, I mean, if you can get maybe that's it. I mean, you know that you can do a 204 because you've just done them in practice. So maybe a 204 is good pace for this split. Oh, you got a good drive out. Oh, because you had an instant before, didn't you? Because you pulled a bit of time back.
Yep.
That's a new fastest lap for Trujillo, 203.67.
2049.
Sector 3 times
There you
okay.
go, that's better. Is it showing some AM cars out on track, pro cars out on track at the minute then?
Don't know.
Yellow flag.
Shouldn't be.
It's got some.
Leader
Oh
has
no, he's just
done
jumped above them all.
203.58.
Yeah, they'll be in the pits.
Yeah, the little P at the side of it is going to give that away, isn't it?
Yep.
That's just for those that are watching There Isn't One, just to kind of let them know, just to.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah,
It's all information, isn't it?
it is.
Okay, Martin, 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Oh, I need to get that corner right.
Hey, Craig, how we doing?
How you doing, Ed?
Hey, fella.
Mate, you?
Good, can't complain. Sorry I'm a bit late, just jumping on now.
Yeah, the stream's in the Discord.
Oh, cheers.
Good drive through there, then, mate. I won't be awake at this time in the morning.
Yeah, that was a really scrappy mountain. Got some really good drive. Couple of really good corners and lost it all. I mean, I'm still up, but yeah, still up, but
smart, mate.
And I've got 4 laps left, so I've got plenty of time. Got
You
6 minutes left.
And you know the pace is there because you've just had it.
Yep.
You're 0.7 up going in, so you've got plenty of. You can pull it back.
The guy behind has just done a 206.49.
I went down to first gear by mistake. Come on, get moving, get moving, get moving. Right, full focus.
Decent drive out of turn 1. We'll keep quiet through this one for a minute.
Sector 1 time is good. Yellow flag, watch out. There's a white flag. That's 20 minutes to go.
Deep mountain section, well done.
Yeah, it's going to be much better than that.
New fastest lap for Winter, 202.62.
You've held it out into Conrad as well, Mark, which is good. I know you could have got a decent drive out there, but he's not really lost anything. Good through there, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, balls up the gear change on the last corner again. One more.
Still miles up.
Yeah, that's a good improvement though, Martin. You don't be too shabby about that.
There's more time, I'm after it. It's his last lap.
Well, you've probably got another one after this as well, maybe. It's only showing 18, you've got 3 minutes left.
No, fuel-wise.
All right.
Sector 1 time's okay. Alright Martin, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Good drive out of there, mate. A little bit of toe on the straight as well.
Is that 203? 203.
Very little fuel left.
Oh.
Coming to the pits at the end
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Good lap,
2038.
mate.
Don't invalidate the track limits.
Yeah, no, there's no point in
Puts
driving
your
around.
8th as well at the minute, mate.
Oh, I'm sweating. Sweating.
I think that was a good lap, mate. I think even if you'd had your ultimate lap tonight, based on what the other ones would probably only been a 2037, so that's a really, really good lap to string it all together.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, so where do we sit? So, 1.2 is that? 1.257 off pole. Oh, I'm happy with that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
And
Rees,
there's two people behind you, mate. You said it'd be pushing for a fast lap. Gardestig and
and
Strom
Strom.
as
Oh,
well.
what's Strom doing? Bloody hell.
I mean, it makes you
Yeah.
wonder how many people have all of a sudden realised tonight it's in the dark.
Yep.
And if you look again, your sector 3 time rating's really, really quick. You're only 700ths faster than pole in sector 3. So you know
Yep.
there's more time to come. It's your sector 2 time, but you're safe through there. And safety tonight's going to get you more places than being fast.
Yep.
If you look qualifying 11th in your split, you'll be able to do all right tonight, mate. I think that top 10 could be achievable, but
Well, it could be. If I'm 11th, 12th, 13th, something like that. Yeah. Top 10 is possible tonight.
Yeah.
That's it. They're all out for. Oh, they're going a bit early. Oh, they're all waiting at the end of the pit lane. Oh, pros, absolute pros. Yeah, they're all going to wait at the end of the pit lane.
It's all about having a clean race tonight, mate, isn't it?
It is. It is. Well, I mean, I didn't have any major issues through qualifying. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I had a couple of people spin in front of me that I didn't get involved in, and I didn't make any big mistakes. So if I can carry that kind of rhythm through to the race, yeah, I think we'll do okay. So shall we have a little look at some of the fast guys go round?
Yeah, see if Shane's out, see what Shane's doing.
There he goes. So he's in the same car as I am. Obviously, he has some kind of additional program that gives him like twice as much grip that I do. But he does have.
Shane's running a grip bot.
Yeah. But yeah, he does have. Well, he's fast lad that's given us a lot of help recently.
Yeah, real good guy as well.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
Properly dry sense of humour.
Celebratory drink as well.
Yeah.
Drunk Shane's funny, Shane.
Martin, what program do you use to broadcast?
I'm using OBS.
OBS, okay.
So use OBS. You go live on YouTube.
Yep.
And then you click. It's like settings or something on YouTube itself. And in there, it's got like what's called a stream key, and you just copy and paste that into just copy and paste that into OBS, and stick it in. I mean, I haven't set up like a webcam or anything like that.
No.
Partly because I don't have one, but partly because, well, I don't think anyone really wants to see my ugly mug. To be fair. Yeah, that's only for private shows, Ed. Like for my OnlyFans.
£5 a picture?
Yeah. But yeah, so it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. Most of the guys use OBS, I think.
Okay.
Now we're going to multitask tonight. We're going to CAD some stuff up as well. I might try and figure out a way, Martin. What I need you to do at some point is measure the diameter of
the two mounting points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll create like a little cradle that sits around it with a bracket that screws into it to clamp it.
Yeah, so I was thinking, maybe like for anyone who doesn't know, I'm using the Fanatec, and Ed's going to 3D print me a little phone mount for an extra screen just for a Sim Hub Dash.
Oh, nice.
So but the Fanatec CSL has a really useful set of LEDs which are super bright, which are a really good upchange indicator. So I think what would be ideal is basically a solid piece, but just with like a little sausage cutout for those LEDs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to measure all that up.
Or Fanatec need to send me a free wheel and wheelbase so I can draw it all up. I mean, I'll give them the STL files as well if they want them, and they can sell them.
Well, to be fair, now I'm a world famous YouTuber. They should send me one. They should send me one, and I already have one, so they might as well just send it to your address. I think that's probably fair.
I think so. I was tempted to email them and just say, look, just starting out, first one on ACC. Do you want to kind of like throw me some gear, and I'll do plenty of development through the ACC leagues, kindly supported and sponsored by Fanatec.
Yeah, I think I mean, there's obviously a lot of sort of YouTube review videos out there for things like Fanatec and stuff like that. But where is the reviews from you know, free lads who are a bit rubbish and driving around at the back? You know, it's all the it's all the fast guys are doing the reviews. They're missing a trick.
And all the fast guys are going to be fast anyway. If you look at us going from like a Logitech or a lower end Thrustmaster setup to Fanatec, you can do a direct back-to-back comparison, and it will demonstrate more the quality that the Fanatec setup gives you. Because to someone like Shane who we're watching at the minute, alright, he's running CSL Elite. If he went Club Sport or DD1, DD2, he might gain half a second at tops, because he's right at the top end of the charts anyway. Whereas any one of us three, if we made a move from Logitech or Thrustmaster up to even CSL, maybe Club Sport, we could gain a second or a second and a half. And I think that's where they need to.
Well, in case anyone, well, I mean, being serious about it, I've recently moved from Logitech to Fanatec, courtesy of our friend Kyle, and I've gained a second.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is me practicing, but some of it is the detail and the feedback, detail in the force feedback. But people talk about, I've seen so many videos before I got Fanatec of people saying, oh, the detail's amazing, and Kyle used to bang on about it all the time. But it's right. I mean, the detail gives you so much. You sort of feel when the wheels are overloaded. The first time I went out, I flat spotted my tyres. I didn't even know you could do that in ACC.
Yeah.
And I'm running around for 2 laps and the whole wheel is juddering all over the place. I'm like, this is crazy. How many races I've been running around with flat spotted tyres?
Yeah. That's possibly what's costing you 2-3 tenths.
Yeah.
Just from that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Has anybody tried a DD wheel before?
No.
Yeah,
No.
desperate to try it.
Never tried direct drive at all.
I think once we can get out, obviously once this lovely virus is done and dusted, Kyle that Martin's on about, mate, has just gone SimCube and Hussingbell Sprints as well. He was due to get some pedals from a less than reputable manufacturer. I won't name them, but if you've been on Facebook over the last 6 months since the SimCube broke, the start of lockdown, you'll know the not so reputable company that I'm not going to reference. Guys are, well, there you go.
He's not so reputable.
Yeah, he's not. But yeah, Carl's gone SimCube and Hussies, and I think that I can't wait to have a go on. But I was lucky, I picked up a set of non-load cell CSL pedals for 65 quid. So when I can get even changed it to wool. When I can get a load cell kit for that, a lot of people talk about the CSL pedals being better than the Club Sports. Obviously, I'll have to run them back to back, but so I'm tempted, if I can afford it, to get a Club Sport wheelbase, because obviously because I got my pedals so cheap, all right,
Yeah.
it's still going to cost me £600 or £700, which is a big save.
Yeah.
But a CSL Elite kit with non-load cell pedals, if you bought it brand new from Fanatec,
Yep.
is about £650. So, because I've not even plugged the pedals in yet, because I'm still running a bit on PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
So, because I'm buying it bit by bit, and if a wheel comes up over the next 2 or 3 months for a bit like when Martin's just got a great deal on a wheel, if I got offered a deal like that, I'd buy the wheel, which then means another 2 months down the line, saving up £500 and just getting a Club Sport wheelbase.
Yeah.
Is probably, for most of us, unless we had a lottery win or a little gamble, if you're into that, I think the Club Sport setup is more than enough for anyone, unless you're at the very, very top level.
Yeah.
Shane still runs CSL Elite, and he was hoping to qualify tonight on 2-minute flat.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think any of the Fanatec,
I mean, it should be say number 5 or 5th place guy, number 420, the guy behind Shane at the moment. He is racing tonight on a laptop and mouse, on a keyboard and mouse. So let's watch the keyboard and mouse for a bit. So this guy is racing on a keyboard and mouse. So I mean, that proves that at the end of the day, yeah, like you say, a fast guy will always be fast. I mean, just watching Shane was just ridiculous how late he was breaking into this bit here. But yeah, this guy is on. I was going to say it again, just because I can't believe my own words sometimes. But yeah, keyboard and mouse this guy's racing on. So anyone who's just gone off and spent, say, £1,000 on Simicube and £600 on Hoosing belts, and complaining that he's got the wrong type of steering wheel, yeah, keyboard and mouse. That's the way forward.
And I think that's the same in any form of motorsport. And you look at quick is quick. I mean, I was being a bike fan. Rossi Uccio, which is his best friend from school, and his younger brother Luca Marini are out racing a Ferrari 488 round Bahrain this weekend.
Wow.
And Valentino Rossi's gone. They've qualified 8th fastest in that. Speed is speed.
Rossi would be fast on a pedalo.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, he's an absolute. I mean, I'd have the guy's kids. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
And no one will Marc Marquez be. Well, if Marc Marquez races again, there's a lot of talk that the humerus injury he broke last year that needed a second, now I think a third operation because the bone wasn't knitting because it got infected. They're talking about him maybe not being fit till June or July, which means he won't have raced a motorbike for 18 months, and it could be a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
Valentino Rossi's won on multiple bikes. He's still, in my mind, the greatest MotoGP rider ever. But he's quick in whatever he does. He's raced rally cars.
Well, it's the same thing with Formula 1 drivers. I mean, Formula 1 and MotoGP are essentially the same thing. You look at any driver that makes it to MotoGP or Formula 1, they are going to be fast in anything. Look how fast Kimi Raikkonen was in a rally car as well. I mean, both Kimi Raikkonen's not as good a car driver as Valentino Rossi as a motorcyclist, but still, both of them are lightning quick.
Robert Kubica, after he had his a big F1 accident, went rally driving very, very quick.
I mean, you saw on a lesser scale, you saw during lockdown while everything was cancelled, all the Formula 1 drivers, once they got their head round sim racing, they were so fast.
Yeah.
Because they are just fast.
Casey Stoner's another one. He went racing Australian V8 supercars. Casey Stoner is probably... I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's got a very stereotypical Australian arrogance. But you cannot... He's probably the most natural motorcycle racer I've ever seen, second to Valentino Rossi. He's an absolute genius on a bike, and anyone who has got the gall to turn round to Rossi after an incident and tell him that his ambition outweighed his talent, and at that incident, you'd kind of go, I'd actually side with Casey Stoner genius, absolutely mercurial on a motorbike, but retired at 27 because he just had enough of the whole circus that goes with it.
Yeah.
But
And
is
to
your
be
reference
fair,
right in the-
he's won his world championship, and Rossi was
Yeah.
on fire at that time.
Yeah. Your reference a minute ago, Martin, about F1 and MotoGP being similar. Last season, Suzuki won the MotoGP World title with Joan Mir, and Davide Brivio, who was the team manager of Suzuki MotoGP team,
Yep.
has not been confirmed, but has left his role with Suzuki's MotoGP team, and is rumoured to be heading up the Alpine F1 team next season.
Okay.
And that just backs up your point that talent is talent.
Yeah, it is.
Even from a management point of view, knowing how to organise a race team and set it up and keep your drivers happy and your engineers happy is one of the biggest pluses. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've got guys who work for me that on most aspects, if I'm honest, of sort of like the maintenance that we look after, have probably got a wider knowledge spectrum than I've got. But as a manager, I don't believe it's more about knowing which one of them has got the answer. I don't need to know it. I just need to know which one of them is going to give me the answer, and that's where I think Brivio will do very, very well in F1.
Yeah.
Because he'll kind of go, right, I need to work on this. I know that we're struggling in this area, so I need to go and speak to the aerodynamicists or the wind tunnel guys or whatever. And it'll be interesting to see how he develops.
Yeah.
$15.6 to go. Here we go. Look forward to it, mate.
Yep. Well, we got the wait time yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, following Shane round, looks as if he's had a bit of a mare over the mountain. So he's not going to improve from 5th.
If Shane's watching, just for time's sake, Shane, go faster. That was always the thing is that Craig, when we was racing GTS, Shane would quite often come on. We'd be somewhere, we'd be absolutely sweating, working our asses off, and he'd be like, "What sort of time are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, we're doing this," and he'd be like, "Yeah, go faster." And then
he sat in the pits with basically doing what Ed and you were doing tonight, what I did for you guys on Friday, and basically just sitting there and with Smalley and Fuller, and basically his advice throughout the race just kept saying, "Well, you just need to drive faster, don't you?" It's like, not everyone's quite as fast as Shane.
Yeah, have you set pole yet? No, we haven't. We'll go faster then. Yeah, well done.
Genius strategist.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'll get a kettle on while you get ready for this.
I need to find my setup, don't I? So it's going to be 5 o'clock the first race. I'll do it now, but I will double check it on the grid anyway, because why wouldn't you? Oh, a little bit of nerves creeping in now.
No, you'll be fine, mate. You've had a real good quali.
Oh, what position am I?
You've had a solid practice.
31st. That's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with 31st, actually. I said 25 would be amazing, but 31st out of 39, actually, that's not too bad. Because my qualifying is never my strong point. So as long as I can get clean through the first couple of laps, should be okay. Should be okay. And pro drivers in the first 3 positions on the grid, ahead of all the silver boys who have been banned for being too fast. That's quite nice.
Yeah. That's good, though. Can you scroll just down a little bit, Martin, just see where you are on the...
I can't. Not on this screen, I can't.
Right.
Yeah, not on this screen, I can't.
Because even saying that, the top 20 is covered by 1.8. I mean, that's not a lot. That's not a lot at all.
There we go. So, yeah, I can scroll down now. Oh, let's not mess about. Yeah, let's not mess about.
No, you don't need to, mate. You know where you sat.
So, if I push that button, bottom left, it will show who's around me on the grid. So I've out-qualified someone in pro.
And someone in silver, weren't you?
Yeah, that'll be pro. So the white ones are pro. I am. I don't know about silver.
I could have sworn
So-
on that previous screen you went to, there was one that was
Oh, okay.
less than that.
Yeah, so Barkus, the guy in front of me, he was 2 splits. He was a split below me last season. He was very quick. Well, I say
Right.
very quick. He wasn't. He generally finished. I think he finished in the championship ahead of me, but I did beat him a couple of times. Don't recognise a lot of the other names.
Yes, you've done all right. It's
I
qualified
know-
where you have.
I know Bandera, the guy behind me, he got warned for staying out on the track too long in qualifying. I think he was trying to use the whole half hour for a second. But I don't know if I know
Yeah,
I know not everyone turned up for the driver briefing, so
we had one of them the other night that had gone out. He'd gone out early.
yeah, I don't think we had anyone tonight do that.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't think they've still updated the Sim Racing GP with our stats from the other
They
night,
haven't.
so-
No,
No.
I don't think they have.
Well, some of the guys that are doing that, they'll be racing either last night or tonight or both, or doing the commentary or doing the stewarding, so they might not have time to do it straight away.
Okay.
So yeah, it's usually Monday, Tuesday that they do that.
Ah, right. Okay. Cool.
Because I think Monday's the only day off that these guys have in terms of not organising races. Because I think Tuesday is a set a course a day, Wednesday is interesting day, Thursday is practice day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are race days, obviously. Right, 30-minute race, 5 o'clock. That's good. And it is. Doesn't actually show me what the time is. But yeah, 5 o'clock Sunday race, and the second one at 9 o'clock in the light at least.
Yay! Yummy.
I know I've got this right, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Recheck everything.
Yeah, I've got time, 2 minutes, and it means I'm not just sitting there staring at the screen. So 35 litres, 25 litres, all my PSIs are correct. Yeah, nothing happened when I pushed those buttons anyway, so
Cool.
we're all good. We're all good.
Good.
I just need to remember to start my engine before I actually pull away. But obviously it's a rolling start anyway, so even if I don't, I can always catch up. So yeah, I don't recognise a lot of these names. Obviously recognise some of them from watching the... Oh yeah, I've out-qualified Paul Glover and Martinez. Paul Glover's one of the organisers. He's doing his first season as a pro.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he commentated on Friday. He's also pretty big in race department. He works for race department, their website.
Right.
But yeah, he's moved up to pro this season. So yeah, nice to out-qualify a couple of the pro guys.
Yeah, it's good, mate. You've done well.
But a couple of them will be looking to come through. Garderstick and Strom in particular, I would have thought, but we'll see. We'll see.
Don't let them.
Hopefully, the first couple of laps will be relatively straightforward. They made a big point in the driver briefing about having this race be the clean one.
Yeah, it's the more important one. And essentially, you'd be better off just to sit in the results. It's obviously important, but with it being dark, it's not the race for tight move. It's just sitting. There'll be cars go off in front of you.
Yep.
Pick up some places, and just settle into it. And like I say, if it's
Yep.
light at 9 o'clock, we've got Harley with us as well.
Hello, Harley.
I'll tell you what, Harley's another guy that'll be rapid on here if and when he makes the move.
I think this game would really suit his driving style because it's
yeah,
so smooth.
I think that's severe. I think there's a limitation. I think you have to drive GTS a lot more aggressively.
Yep.
And I think there's a limitation on that.
Which just slows you down in this game.
Yeah.
Driving too aggressively slows you down.
And I think you said that to me. And obviously I'm not at your speed yet, but happy with where I've come in a short space of time. And I think it is because I'm just driving this as I would do on GTS, but probably more competitive after a short space of time on this than I would be on what essentially is a game. So I think Hardy will be another one that do well.
Oh, I think you've made supreme progress, to be fair, given where you started from. You're only, what, a second slower than me? And, you know, I'm in the top split now.
Yeah, I mean, my fastest in any sort of practice, I struggled in quali a little bit the other day. I was a second off my fastest. I had a 2:03.8, but I think when there's the pressure of qualifying and you think, yeah, I've got to push, I've got to be fast, got to be fast. I think it's quite easy to slow yourself down a little bit.
Yeah.
When you just, like when we was over the last couple of weeks, and even when Craig was on probably last weekend with us, when you just sat with like a couple of mates and you're just talking and you're driving, you're more relaxed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you go, shit, where's that half a second come from?
Yeah.
When you're trying to push for a lap, there is always that. When you break that, you think, I'm going to break that a little bit later, another 10 metres later, you're actually penalising yourself because you then can't get the same drive out the corner. So if you break on the marks that you normally do, you probably would be quicker. But it'll be going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season pans out. But it's all about learning in the first one, and I think you'll do quite well in this, Martin. I think they'll hopefully the etiquette of the drivers will be good. Although, I mean, on the whole, I don't think there was much wrong with the race the other night. There was obviously that one incident, which is going to happen. If I spoke to the guy at length, Craig, that tapped me. Oh yeah, really nice guy.
Okay.
David Long and stuff. He got a penalty for it, and I said, I think 10 seconds was a little bit harsh because he came up the inside of me. I tried to give him enough room, and he said he tried to, and you can see on the footage, he tried to keep as far towards the curb as he could, and just with a little bit wide, and tapped me. Now that didn't start it off. That unsettled me, and then because I was unsettled, I was a little bit slower. The next guy coming round tapped the back of me. He had nowhere to go, and then of course everyone was into it. But also on the straight, I probably had, as I was trying to come back through, I had 3 or 4 drivers pull well out the way when they were getting blue flagged. And apart from that one incident, if it had been anywhere like the Nürburgring next week, if the same incident had happened, if you get tapped on a corner, you're off on the gravel, you might lose 4, 5, 6 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, but you're not going to get hit because you're out the way. It's just the unfortunate situation, obviously, with it being here or like Monaco if you're racing F1. There's nowhere to go. You can't run around the side or something. So, but yeah, I thought apart from that, I thought the racecraft in itself wasn't too bad the other night.
Oh my word! I almost lost it. Oh, that was really close. Right, okay, concentrate.
Right, go for it. I'll shut up for a wee while. Just watch it.
Oh, I'm going to start on the corner.
Go!
On your right. Hold your line.
It's not a bad place to start.
No good in it, dark.
Oh!
Right, in the middle. Clear right. Clear all round.
Little polish out, mate. Forget about it.
Oh, I've got a horrible feeling that might have been my fault.
Just worry about it later.
Okay, Martin. Decent start. We can build something from here. White flag, mate.
Car right.
Oh, come on!
Right, left side.
No, that was stupid.
Oh, well, you get tapped on the corner in
Yep.
C2.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, he just went up, straight up the inside of me. He wasn't alongside. And
No.
I can't see anything out my windscreen now. I slowed down because there was an incident.
Yeah, you done the right thing.
Oh, come on. Yep, no, that's me. That's me. Shit. Excuse my language, but yeah, severe damage. Back to the pits.
It's alright, mate. It's alright.
Ah, 3 minutes.
Do exactly what you said to me the other night, mate. Just take the rest of
Car
this
heads pitting.
as extended practice.
Yeah, as soon as I touched the brakes, the whole thing just swapped ends. Must have been more damage than I realised.
So we're both never going near that corner again then.
That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. It was obvious there was going to be issues at that corner. You just needed to slow down.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're going to come around and I'm going to be right in front of the leaders. I'm going to be right in all of that when I come out. Right, gather me thoughts, gather me thoughts. Someone else is in the pits, I think. A couple of people in the pits.
Yeah, commentators saying quite a lot of yellow flags on track as well just now.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is exactly what happened in my first season. I got a couple of these where you just, once you get smashed up, you can easily pick up 3 minutes worth of damage. Now, I bet if he gets anything, it'd be a 10-second penalty, and it's kind of like, well, you know.
Yeah, and that's what happened with me the other night. Although, I say, I can complain too much. I can complain about the aftermath, but the actual incident itself. Speaking to the guy afterwards, he didn't make his move wasn't like that one you've just had there.
Yeah. Well, I got hit from behind.
3/4 of the way alongside, drifted a little bit wide, which you're going to do in that corner because your natural curve takes you towards the outside wall. That's how you get the drive through it.
Yeah.
And there was contact. That was just outbraking himself and tapping you on the back corner.
Well, he didn't see that everyone had stopped on the apex.
Yeah, but again, that comes back to what they said in the briefing the other night about people making being aware of the fact that there's a yellow flag being called for a reason.
Right, I'm right out in traffic now. I've just got to be careful and keep out of people's way, I think.
There's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors.
Right side.
Blue flag.
Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them. Blue flag.
On your right. Clear right.
Blue flag.
Car left. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
I thought you were going to go then, mate. I made it to the mountain this time.
Good lad.
lap after lap, mate. Just get the times down.
You're still not last, are they, mate?
Car right. Clear right.
The leader has just done a 201.89. Blue flag.
Do what you say, mate. If you can run consistent low 204s, then at least you know your pace is there.
Yellow flag.
On your right. Clear right.
B38.
Right side. Clear right.
Blue flag.
Right side.
Oh, mate, you didn't want to do that.
Still there. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
Blue flag.
Oh,
The leader's just done a 201.
can't believe I held that. Well, my last lap, 35 minutes, 35 minutes, 49 seconds.
Could be worse, mate.
I just don't know. I find that amusing, to be fair. But to be fair, well, these are the guys that I should be racing for position. And I'm keeping with them without too much issue. I'm not driving fast, and I'm keeping with them, so it's all good.
That was a
Yeah,
209.
just practice your pace, mate. Like I say, it's a long season anyway, so
Yeah. It's still showing me on the same lap as this dude. I'm really not, but I'm 2 laps down. It's just not updated the name colours. Well, maybe I am racing him for position. Did
you're
I just...
not last, mate. There's a guy behind you as well.
Yeah, I know that.
Behind you.
I think I'm racing this guy for position, you know.
Well, if he got caught up in that incident as well,
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've got my screen on the wrong one. I'll change it when I get a second.
The gap behind has now decreased to 13 seconds. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
See, that's what I thought I was looking at. And that should show that he's got an orange number. Yeah, orange name. So that means he's in front of me. He's a lap in front of me. So the guy behind me is a lap in front of me as well. And yeah, Garda Stick is the next guy behind me. 13.5 seconds behind me.
Your brake temps look good.
So yeah, that makes more sense.
yeah,
So the one I was on before is the next one, which is just shows where you are in the race. So the next guy in front of me for position is 2 laps ahead of me, I believe.
Yeah, it's making
which
that
makes
gamble
sense.
where it's worth overtaking as well, isn't it?
Well, he's 19th and I'm just driving around behind him.
36.
He's not driving fast.
Well, if you could take it, I would go for it.
Well, I've not got a lot to gain, to be fair. I'm not going to gain.
Clear left.
I'm not going to gain a lot by, because I'm not going to gain two laps.
I don't know if he has an incident.
But it might be worth. I know it didn't work for you the other day, but it might be worth actually pitting and just getting a bit of clean air just to have some running.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was a different scenario in the second race, wasn't it? The gamble was worth it because I could have jumped in either way. But if you're in traffic, I would, and if nothing else, you're just going to get some pace practice at you.
Yep. But I'm pulling away from the guy behind me.
The car ahead's pitting now.
I mean, the car feels pretty good, to be fair. Maybe I just need to just run in some laps and get a bit of a rhythm back for when I've got cold tyres.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've got cold tyres when I come out of the pits, so... I mean, who knows? Oh, there is a gap behind me, actually. Maybe I'll come in next time.
B35.
Yeah, this guy's not going quickly at all. He's only doing 205s, 206s.
So if this is your pace for the rest of the season, mate, I think you'll do okay.
All right, Martin. We think our refueling window will open after 18 minutes and closes at about 22 minutes.
Oh my word!
Gap behind is now 13 seconds.
Almost lost it.
You're not on your screen there, yeah.
Go on, please stay out. I want this guy to stay out. God, he is not fast, is he?
He's not, mate. He's driving okay though. He's not causing you a lot of hassle, is he?
15 minutes left.
Oh, he's going in. I'm going to stay out.
Stay focused. Apexes and exits. Apexes and exits. We're halfway through. Should be about 30 minutes of fuel left. B34. The car behind's pitting.
Oh,
Front brakes are pretty hot now.
yeah, I'm pushing a little bit now. Just trying to get a bit of a gap. Make the most of the empty track.
Yeah, just go for a lap, mate.
Well, give me a bit of confidence for the second race, I think.
Yeah, it's looking nice and smooth. And good.
I don't know, I almost lost it on the cutting. That was really tight.
It almost is fine, mate. Almost is fine.
Right, Almy, right, I've got 5:40 something left. I have got time for another lap. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Not a lot to lose, mate, is there?
No, and if I could put a bit of space... I mean, it might find me space, it might find me straight behind someone, but that's the reality of the situation I find myself in. So, at the moment, this is just fun having a bit of clean air.
Yep.
And it's nice to be pulling away from 20th, to be fair. Or is it 30th?
30th.
Oh, bugger.
On your left, clear left.
Right, he's a properly fast guy. I need to let him through.
Right side, clear right.
The car behind's pitting now.
I was going to let you through, but you slowed down, you silly fool.
Right side. Still there, clear right.
Oh, now I'm just caught up in traffic.
Blue flag, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 17 seconds. The leader is pitting now.
Oh, I forgot I'm actually racing someone who's behind me. Almost forgot I was actually in a race then. So there's a guy 17 seconds behind me. So he'll overtake me unless he's not pitted yet. Right, I'm going to come in this lap, get away from all this traffic.
It looks to be on the road, mate. Everyone behind you has pitted.
Yep.
Okay, Martin, the next car is what?
Car right, clear right.
There's a car rejoining. Watch your speed limit in the pits. Expect a clear track on exit. When we exit the pits, we should be in P34. A few seconds behind the 18.
Right, so yeah, he's got me out behind the 18th position car in 34th still, so... Right, first proper pit stop with manual engine start stop doohickeys.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
hopefully
Get off.
where it saves you, apparently it saves you like a couple of seconds on startup.
You got your
10
box
minutes
today?
left. 10 minutes to go.
Tomorrow?
No, hopefully it arrives tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So I'm just using buttons on my wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm some distance behind 33. Oh, that was close. Oh, almost messed that one up.
There's traffic behind. Blue flag.
Oh, I've come out behind Bandera again.
Brake temperatures are fine, mate.
I suppose at least that shows that that's where your pace will be in the second race.
Yeah, hopefully. If I don't get smashed into turn 2 again.
The leader's pitting now.
I was getting track limits penalty with no time gain coming out of pits as well. Can't figure out how not to get it.
I think it gets confused with the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's actually the white line, because obviously the white line is pretty non-existent here. It's literally straight onto the track, whereas other tracks actually have a white line.
Hughes is leading the race.
Oh my word! Oh, he's lost it completely.
This is a
Oh yeah.
big move round the outside there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
He's got away with it though. So after all that carnage, I'm still 34th out of 39. So that's not too bad, to be fair.
It's not bad, mate. It's not last.
Your front brakes are getting a bit hot.
And my safety rating's still 88, so we're all good. Oh, and there's guys who have not pitted. Oh, they're in the pits now.
B34.
Get a penalty for that first lap, or was it okay?
I didn't get a penalty. Although I think there was contact in front of me, so that might have saved me. I don't know if the guy who took me out got a penalty, but it's kind of irrelevant, to be fair. It's cost me 3 laps.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, if he would have got like a 10-second or a drive-through, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's not made any difference, really.
The penalty system's good, and it's good that they watch every incident, but it's not representative of the accident it causes.
Which is true in all motorsport, isn't it? If you crash into someone, take them out of the race, they don't disqualify you. I would say what they also do is they do have a penalty point system. So a standard 10-second penalty, I think, gives you about 2 penalty points. And if you gain 6 points, then you, I think you get a quali ban. So it's quite easy to pick up.
Which
so
is good. And that makes it should encourage people to be a little bit cleaner.
Which they've always said that they want to try and be harsh with the penalties. Well, not harsh, but firm. Which is what you want, really, in a league like this. You know. I mean, hopefully, well, I've seen people get 6 penalty points out of one race before, so that is possible as well. So yeah, it might not ruin the race that you caused the incident in, but it could ruin the following 2 races because you start at the back from both races.
Yeah. Which somewhere like here, that's race over, isn't it?
Yep.
Good lap. That's your best in the session.
4-1.
It's coming, mate. It's a good lap in a race.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not really pushing it. I'm just kind of running around, which probably helps with the smoothness.
Yeah, but if you think about it, this guy that's in front of you is 18th, and he's not dropping you.
Yep.
So you've got the pace, and you'd probably be in or around this position if you hadn't have had that incident. So he's just grimmed. Yeah, grimming a wall, Craig. We've on GTS there's a track called Dragon Trail Seaside, which is epic. It was always our kind of like go-to for a lap, but it's got what is known affectionately as the chicane of death, and Grim that we go racing with. He's the guy that started the league where Martin and I met. He's a really, really nice bloke. He hit this wall coming out of the chicane one time, and forever since, if you catch a wall, we just call it. We know it as grimming it. So.
Yeah, I've just grimmed it coming out of Forest Elbow. Or Bentley Corner, whatever the hell it's called.
You guys
not-
played BT Sport. Did you play with wheels or did you play with the rollers?
Wheel.
Wheel.
Yeah. It's not cost you
Mechanic
anything.
on it.
You can do. I didn't. And I don't think Martin's tried his out on it yet.
Okay.
Just that grimming then, Martin. That didn't cost you any time.
No, Chase did though.
Come on, mate. 3 still on.
Just.
Just is enough, mate.
Times are improving. This is good.
Just is enough.
Yeah, no one catching me from behind, so we're okay. Not really, anyway.
And the only reason that guy's pulled, excuse me, that little bit of gap, is just a little bit scrappy just coming out of the final turn when you caught a bit of grass.
Yep.
But at least you know your pace is there for top 20 overall, which should put you well within top 10 in your split.
Yep. Yeah, just need to get through the first couple of corners clean, which was obviously is always going to be the issue here.
Yeah.
Should be easier in the light though.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
Is the next race in the light, is it?
Keep pulling away
Yeah,
from the
9
gap
o'clock.
behind. The gap's now 8.
So it'll still be cold. So it's still challenging conditions. But it's yeah, it's in the light.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Right, I'm going to make the evening supper. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'll have it.
Can you make me a brew?
Yeah, mate. No problem. Toast.
Thanks, bud. I don't really have a spare hand for toast, I'm afraid. Besides, I'm full of chicken Kiev. I had a bit of a TV dinner tonight. Couldn't be asked to cook.
Oh, yeah, stuff like that. I had a tofu, you know, the sort of flavourings you'd get on like a lemon chicken.
Yeah.
But it was done with tofu and it was absolutely banging.
Nice, nice. Always nice to have a good meal. It makes you feel so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a good exit out turn 1.
So what are the blue colours then? They're,
What do you mean the blue colours?
sorry, on the blue names on the left-hand side.
They're the ones that you are lapping.
Right, okay.
So obviously I'm going to be on the last lap of cars, so there won't be any blue numbers for me, but I'll be a blue number to everyone who's in orange.
Okay. Not that there's anyone really close enough to you to
No,
worry about that.
just look at that sky, man. Sun's starting to come up.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed the other night in our 7 o'clock race was the sunlight coming into Forest. The cutting. That's the left hander on the start up in it. Coming to that, all of a sudden the sunlight was just like straight in your eyes. That's beautiful. And this is what you don't get on GTS, isn't it?
Well, at some point you want to try yourself a sped up race. You do like a 24 minutes of Spa or something, and then you get everything.
Like a minute, an hour.
And you get yeah. So, well, no, you can do. I think you could do times 40 is the fastest. So
Right.
you don't quite get 24 hours and 24 minutes, but you do get the full night cycle. So you get the sun going down, the moon moving across the sky, and then the sun coming up in the morning.
Is that why the running was 2.4 hours then on the endurances? Do you get the full?
No, they don't. I don't think they do it on sped up time. It's just 2.4 hours is just 10% of 24 hours.
Yeah. That'd be good though if you got that. If you ran it on 10 times as well.
That would
So
be
you've got-
interesting.
Yeah.
Right, so this should be my last lap. Let's see if I can make it a half decent one.
Yes, I mean your last one wasn't bad at 2-4 flat.
Yeah, there's a 2.35 in here somewhere.
Yeah. Which in race trim would be a really, really good lap, mate. Really good lap. Good drive out there.
Yeah, bollocks up the cutting though. Still just up, but... Oh well.
You've been high 3s, low 4s, mate, consistently.
Yeah.
So.
I've felt consistent, to be fair. Once I've got my head into it,
Yeah, yeah.
it's felt fairly consistent.
You've had a couple of slight grimmages, but other than that, you've
But
not
nothing...
really done a great deal wrong.
Yeah, a couple of grims, but they've not been sufficient
No.
grims to really slow me down. I was trying to work out how you put a grim into the word sufficient then, but I couldn't work it out.
Grimfishing? I don't know. Sagrimming? No, because that makes it sound like...
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that is when you just give it a glancing blow, you're grimming it.
Yeah.
I know, grimming it is hitting it, isn't it? Giving it a good grimming.
Wait, I know before we had said a little bit of grimmage. So...
Can't slow down the final corner. Oh, he's messed up my lap. That was going to be my fastest lap. Oh.
The end of the race. Never mind.
Oh well. I can't believe he stopped on the final corner.
Again, another 204 flat though, that's still decent.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not driving around the whole track again. 5 bonus trust points for finishing the race. Well, I'm on 99 anyway, so... That was intense. Well, not intense, but that was... I think try and keep up concentration once it's all kind of over so quickly.
Generally, camping's intense.
Oh, mate, that's cracking.
Oh, dear.
Well, I wonder who it was who took me out. I think I'm going to have to look back on the stream and see actually what he got. Because there's not many penalties, is there? Bloomfield got 10 seconds, and then there's a few there. But yeah, I didn't get any kind of look at who it was.
No. There was too much carnage on it.
Well, he just come from nowhere because I was busy concentrating on the cars in front of me because they'd stopped.
Yeah. Hey, you told me that Gardastig was going to be quick, and that Barkus as well, and you beat both of them.
Oh, did I?
I think that screen you was just on.
Yeah.
They were below you.
Okay. They must have got caught up
what
as well.
What about in your AM split? Where did you finish overall in that?
14th.
It's not bad.
So yeah, 14th. 2 laps down. 2 laps and 30 seconds down. Oh no, 2 laps and 55 seconds down. Yeah, 2.5 laps. But I mean, you know, that's just...
Those ones before you must have just either had loads and loads of damage or pulled out, haven't they? But I mean, you said top 10.
Would be nice, yeah.
You would probably have been okay with that if you hadn't have had that accident.
Yeah.
So, I think all in all, not a bad... You certainly had a good showing.
Well, that Gardastig was the guy who was chasing me, and he was down to about 13 seconds at one point, so I put 10 seconds into him.
Yeah. It is one of them tracks, though, isn't it, that's so hard. If you try and push to try and catch, you make mistake after mistake. It is one of them that you're best off just trying just drive,
Yeah.
and it will come.
Yeah. Right, so I need a different setup. 9 o'clock. And then at some point they'll be having like a little coffee break, I'd imagine, and then they'll reset it to.
Oh, that sound. I'm going to go do myself one of them, but I'm going to put an alcoholic beverage in it as well.
What's this? Coffee.
A coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on cold. I'm on now cold tea.
I keep getting tempted with that Red Bull CSL wheel, Martin. But to be quite honest,
Oh, the Formula wheel.
If you look on Fanatec's website, they're not advertising that one anymore. And I looked at the.
Okay. Well, you
McLaren
know the Red Bull thing's just a sticker.
Yeah.
You could buy them for 40 quid.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 40 quid's worth of sticker.
Mikey, who I was saying about the other day that sponsors us a little bit with the RC stuff. He's got his own company called Silly Goat, which does custom decals for low stuff. He's looking at doing custom skins for wheelbases as well. So there could be like a 75 Racing Club or Comteki type wheelbase skin.
Okay.
As well.
That could be quite good.
I'd probably get him to have a look.
Although it might not be an awful lot of resale value on a so specifically branded.
Yeah, but I suppose if it's just a sticker, you could always just peel it off before you.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean this wheelbase has it's got a couple of grubby marks around the edges anyway, so a sticker might actually protect it for a bit.
Yeah, but I think it's lovely stickers. They do a load of pre-designed and pre-coloured ones, don't they?
There's a couple that I'm tempted by them.
I could see you with like a Jim Clark Lotus green and yellow type one.
They don't do one. They don't do one.
Don't they?
I quite fancy the Porsche Golf one with a 20 on the side. Yeah. I think the Senna one would be nice, although maybe the black JPS for the wheelbase and then the Senna helmet for the wheel itself could be quite good.
Yeah, that would be classy.
Because they don't do the JPS for the wheel, unfortunately. I'm sure it's coming, but
yeah, I think they've done. I saw someone put this the other week. He put some stickers on and thanked them for their custom one. So I would think if they've got the template for the wheel, if a normal one say 40 quid, a custom one might cost you 50 quid, which 50 quid just to make your wheel look a little bit different, I suppose, is a lot of money, but it's that addictive sort of thing that you can't help but keep spending money on it, can you?
Yeah.
I just keep looking at
Hence why I've got a new wheel coming. Hence why I've got a new wheel coming on Thursday.
Have you got any sort of what do you use for your to race with at the minute then, Craig?
Just a Logitech TM wheel F1 wheel add-on and a desk and triple screens.
Have you seen the Play Seat Challenge? The Play Seat Challenge is like a fold away. It's what Martin and I both started on.
Okay.
They're really, really good. They're very, very comfy. It folds away, so if you don't want to leave your stuff set up permanently, you can literally fold it up to probably about 300mm deep if you stood it up against the wall, and you can leave the pedals and wheel and everything bolted to it. A good friend of mine who
Craig's looking at going to direct drive though.
Yeah, eventually,
yeah. Well, I suppose the thing is you're always going to get a bit of resale value off PlaySeat. If you do decide you want one, the well fit Joe's on about selling this probably about 100 quid. It's a stopgap. You're always going to get the money back off it. But I must admit, I am a lot happier although it's took me 2 different seats and a lot of playing around. The SimLab GT1 Evo for 350 something quid plus seat, you'll never need anything else.
And is that aluminium?
Yeah, aluminium extrusion one. Oh, it's like today. I mean, I sat the other day and just drew out a headphone mount that just bolts to the extrusion, so I can hang my headphones on it.
Nice.
I'm halfway through drawing out a button box front plate at the moment. I've got a 3D printer running in the background at the minute for some airsoft rifle bits as well. So when you eventually get one, if there's anything you want, just let us know, and because I've got an extrusion rig as well, we can draw it up.
That's brilliant,
and yeah, and just post it out.
Pay for the parts, though. Pay for the material.
Do you know what, mate? Honestly, it's peanuts. These headphone mounts. I've got one because I'm halfway through drawing Martin's out, but they fit differently because at the minute Martin's not got an extrusion rig. So I'll tell you what I might do, Martin. I might send you one of these up with an adapter. So when you get your extrusion rig, you can just take the adapter off and bolt it straight through.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that way it might be easier. Where's the...
What for what?
Yeah, you know your headphone hanger.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Right, here we go, mate. Nearly there.
Yeah, just coming through Skyline now. I know you're a bit behind.
Yeah, they've just went to a commercial break on the commentary stream.
In the
Someone's lost it on the mountain.
No.
He's going to have to find his way back through the field. It's a good job you can drive through people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's not much more fun than going through somebody on a weekend, is there really? I've just put a picture of that headphone mount in the general thing on Martin's Discord, mate, just to have a look at. So when you get is anything like that you want to do,
Thanks, mate.
draw it up.
So I've got a bit of temperature.
Really
Car right.
Oh, someone's out. It's put me on the outside.
Oh.
Someone must have been out.
That's a unless it's that guy that's not made his way back through the field. Then, wonder if he's quit or quit
Potentially.
back to pits, maybe. It'd be a better place to be, I think, for the drive onto the.
Yeah, as long as they don't get taken out in T1, wherever it'll be, will be.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
T1 you can cope with, mate. It's just get through T2 will be alright.
Go, go, go.
Hold your line.
It's where you start faster as well. I'm sure ours is 40 something.
On your left. Still there. Hold your line.
Depends if you've got kilometres or miles an hour, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's this Bandera again. Who I was following last time.
Bandito.
You've got a little bit of space behind me, Martin, as well. You should be alright
On your left.
into T2.
Clear left.
Oh!
Car left.
Oh, you cheeky bastard.
Clear left.
Excuse my language.
B31.
That was a bit tight, wasn't it?
Was tight.
Yeah. Yeah, he's taken advantage. Fair play to him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much you could do about that, mate. Everyone just bunched up in front of you, didn't they?
Yeah. And I didn't want to just stop again because what happened last time?
Yeah.
It's all learning.
Yeah, no, you're alright. You're in a bit of... There's been an accident behind you, mate. You've got loads, by the look of it, loads of clear space behind you.
Not anymore.
Just sit.
Sorry, I'm a bit in front of you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got an NSX up your ass now, haven't you?
Yeah, because everyone stopped coming out, going into Skyline. All it takes is someone just to nudge a wall and suddenly everyone has to stop.
Yeah, you just want like the first 3 or 4 laps just to get out of the way, just get let the gaps build, so you've got a little bit of free air, haven't you?
Yep. Oh my word! Oh, beautiful, beautiful. In the chase.
There's a white flag.
Nice. 3 good positions, that, mate. That could have been nasty as well, couldn't it?
Yep. Right, get me head down.
B29.
Yeah, you've got a nice gap in front of you.
Yellow flag. Caution.
That's another couple of positions.
Crash.
Yeah.
Shane to the crash.
Who?
Shane.
Oh, was he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Was that him that I just passed?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
No, it's
that's
given me
nasty.
more of a gap behind as well.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Another yellow flag.
Yeah, you're in nice space, mate. About second front, second back.
Oh!
Back to the
Right.
pit, he's
Clear
still
right.
strutting out of the mountain.
Car in front of us is now Martins.
That was a bit hair raising.
Yeah, you made it past Poirot or whatever it was.
B26.
Yep.
You caught this bunch then, mate, as well.
Yep.
The car behind is reeling you in. The gap is now 0.17. White flag, mate.
Oh, stop
Okay,
car.
Martin, don't let this guy distract you.
Oh!
You're taking a tiny bit of bodywork damage, but you won't feel it.
That was a bit fortunate.
Yeah. Then a little bit of contact as well, wasn't
Yeah, crew chief. I don't know if you can hear crew chief. He's just telling me pretty much ignore it. There is some aero damage, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Your front brakes are pretty hot here.
It's hard finding the braking point when you've got no track markers as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, particularly for that corner because you've got so long to think about it.
Yeah. I'd say I reckon would be quite a good car in here.
26.
The Corvette C7. Interesting, but I don't think they've got it, have they?
No, no. It's just come to R Factor, I believe, but
Right.
I don't think it's on this yet. Well, it's not on this yet. But they are. I guess they're updating it relatively swiftly.
Good drive through there, mate.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Pit windows open.
Cool. Thank you.
Looking nice, mate. Nice and smooth still.
Cool.
White flag.
Yeah, I think we proved the other night as well that running longer is the better option as well.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Definitely, yeah, that was a great tip.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I gave Ed the other tip.
1-1.
No, well, we had two options, didn't we? And we kind of wondered.
On your left. Clear left.
It was still.
Oh
definitely
my
worth
word!
a try.
I could see that move coming a mile off.
Oh, jeez, oh.
I tell you what, he was lucky to go through that gap there, though, wasn't
He
he?
really was.
Really
Yeah.
He could have done me a favour and took a few of them out.
Yeah.
But they're pitting.
20th place.
Yeah.
I've got 30
Yes,
minutes.
it will.
I'm going to stay out.
Yeah. Do what you've always said to me, mate. On a lap round here, about 2 minutes, probably pit with about 6 left.
Yep.
Because then you have got time for a second go. If we have we'll call it a Ricard. Because that's where we had the incident where it didn't change the tyres, wasn't it?
Yep. I was surprised that Shane didn't have an answer for why that might have happened, to be honest.
Yeah. It might have been something that while he was checking it, he just caught, or don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin, we'll need to refuel 20 minutes into
It
the
wouldn't
race.
happen if we work on a map.
The gap behind is now 0.8.
Oh, don't pull across, don't pull across, thank you.
Right. Clear right.
Was that a position? That was a position, I think.
Team Hospitality's just bought me a bourbon
Was not.
bourbon coffee.
It's bloody typical that the boss gets a
White flag,
bourbon tea, a coffee and a bourbon biscuit, while the bloody workers are out here sweating their guts out.
If only it was a bourbon biscuit, mate. We're name dropping its Bullet Bourbon, which even as a massive Jack Daniels fan, it's nicer than your base level Jack Daniels.
Ah, see, I'm here thinking a biscuit and a cup of tea would be lovely, and you're on your bourbon.
Yep.
Car in front is Joseph.
I'm off to do some F1 with Smalley after this as well. It'll be
We're-
eventful.
Basically, Hesketh racing, aren't we?
Yep. Yeah. Who's the hunt?
Well, I had a shunt in race 1.
Yeah. A hunt shunt. It's a good lap this,
You've
mate.
got half your fuel left.
It's only a 5.5.
Yeah, but it's
5.7.
a second. It's a good second up considering what he was on before. But it's because you're in clean air. It just proves that the guys in front of you were holding you up.
Yeah.
Because even on your first full clear lap without them there, you've gone a second quicker. So this could work. You should jump them on strategy.
Be nice. Just got to keep it out of the wall.
Yep. Is Chris Meadows penalty boy today then?
He's the manager for the league.
Right.
Yeah, so he's running the league, so he'll be chief penalty issuer.
Because I wasn't sure when it came up whether that was his name, but obviously he's the one to issue
Yeah.
the penalty into.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy. I had a good battle with him in the evaluation race as well.
He is. I had a hell of a battle with him in, well, not really a battle, in the Solo Endurance Cup, Silverstone.
Yeah.
He basically came out of the pits and said, right, mine, I'm right behind you, I'm coming to get you, at which point I promptly looked down and lost it. And he overtook me. So I tried to appeal that was a penalty for him verbally punting me off, but yeah, it wouldn't fly.
Nah.
That's another position.
Yeah, I've just seen that, mate.
Cost me a bit of time, but I'm still 3/10 up.
I'd say 2 more laps after this one, Martin, would probably be about right. You've got 10 minutes left, so... Or maybe pit at the end of the next lap. It'd be slightly over 6 minutes. But I think you're far enough into the window to get the benefit of running longer.
I'm tempted to do another 2 laps before pitting.
Well, I was just trying to work it out. That'll leave you with just under... Basically, you need to be out the pits with at least 3 minutes to be able to get a second shot if you need it.
Yep.
So if you're... As long as you're in... As long as you don't pit anything later than 5 minutes, you've got that option. So you can get 2 laps in. You could get... 2 laps.
To be fair, I wonder if the bug that we got last time might have been ironed out from the last race. Because if it was going to happen, it was going to happen in the last race, where I had to pit before the window and then pit again. But, I mean, we've since put in the tyre sets thing. So making sure I'm on different tyre sets for each pit stop.
Sets.
Brake sets as well.
It could have been something as simple as on your first pit stop, maybe not changing your tyre set. And just missing it. 2 more laps. 2 more laps will bring you in with enough time for a second shot should you need it, which you won't. Because don't forget, you've also got that little bit of damage as well, so...
Yeah. But at the moment I'm running fast. I'm comfortable.
And you're catching the guys in front.
Yeah.
And these are all pro guys you're catching as well. I mean, this proves that now you're out of traffic or up the sharp end.
Yep.
Running 4s is good enough to be. It's good enough to be. Yep.
Yep.
I think you'll easily go top 20 overall, mate.
Well, I haven't run 4 yet. 5.2's my fastest. He's coming in as well. I'm going for another lap.
Yep, pit at the end of this next one.
That's halfway. That was a 4.
Yeah, a decent one as well, a solid one.
Oh, I forgot to turn my radiator off. I'm sweating now.
It's 9 o'clock, mate. The weather's getting hotter. Dynamic heating.
The radiated heat coming off my scintillating driving.
I found that after Friday. I come off and I went to give her an hug when I come through, and she was like, "You can off in the shower."
We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Yeah, anywhere around a high 4 on this isn't in that, mate. It'd be good. High 4 flat, 5 flat. Because you know that's faster paced than the guys you were with.
Yeah.
By probably a second, so anywhere around a 5 at the minute will be okay.
You know what? I'm tempted to do another lap just because I know that I've got space. And I'm on low fuel. Oh, I've only got 2 laps left. No, I'll come in this lap. Come in this lap.
Come in this lap, mate. You'll be alright.
Yeah. Make sure I've got the right pit strategy selected.
There's gaps everywhere as well, so it should, on your map, it should hopefully bring you out in a gap. There's a gap just coming up to turn 1 at the moment.
Oh, it's a minute pit stop.
Yeah, I would think. There's 2 gaps there, mate. It'll bring you out, and I think you'll be safe.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to do the repairs anyway.
Exit the pits will be in
Yeah.
P16.
I might as well. Sod it.
For sod it.
Well, I could just run around with the damage, to be fair, but
It wasn't slowing you up.
Really?
Saves you 23 seconds.
press the button, but not for long enough.
No, leave it. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's done now. It's done now.
Take damage. This is the first one. Anywhere around top 20.
Yeah.
Anywhere around top 20 overall will be a really, really good result. So turn your radiator off or strip a layer off.
Turning a radiator off won't make a difference. I'll tell you later. So we have to remember 23 seconds, was it?
Yeah.
See what that would have gained me on overall race time at the end of the run. No, my radiators are like posh new electric ones, so they've got an element inside a massive, great big slab of what they used to do for the storage heaters. So it does like stupidly small amounts of heat and then just radiates out through the.
Yeah.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line.
Right out behind Shane.
Get him out of the way.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about letting him through.
Yeah. I just don't want him to hold you up, mate. I'll have words if he does.
Well, I'm taking this lap nice and steady on cold tyres anyway, so...
You're probably going to gain a place anyway, mate, because going 24th has got 10 seconds,
Right, Martin.
and you're only about 7, 8 behind him.
Cool.
And he's a silver split driver anyway, so it's not really going to affect your race.
Yeah, so Arno Storms is my next target.
Yeah, about 9 seconds, mate. You got it.
I'll be impressed if I can catch him. Oh my word. Oh no. It's only light damage.
There'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Yeah, lost it on cold tyres.
It's alright.
But it's just a scratch apparently. Right, concentrate.
I'll give you a lap when I finish my bourbon biscuit.
I think that one of the guys disconnected, so you might have gained a place as well on that.
Yeah, there's 5 gone.
Wow.
Because it was 39 started.
P27.
Safe gap behind, mate. 3 seconds to the gap behind.
And he's silver. He's pro rather.
Yep. There's quite a few pros behind him, though.
I want all the AMs behind me.
Yeah.
Fastest lap for Hughes. 201.46.
I don't know, I keep trying to tell you, you exceeded track limits when you can't because there's a wall there.
Yeah, some of these white lines count as track limits. But usually it doesn't usually penalise you. There's a couple of spots where it does penalise you your lap, but a lot of them it's just like no time gained. But it does frustrate me a little bit that it doesn't give you a delta to your fastest time in your first stint.
Yeah.
I mean, in driver swap race that'd be great because then you're just battling against your own personal time and not worrying about what your teammate's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's off.
White flag, mate.
Watch how you're coming on. Oh, it's Storms.
On your right.
That's
Clear
it.
right.
Got him.
Good lad. Come on. Head down. Would you be up with some
B25.
driver swap enduros, Craig?
Yeah, I would love to do something like that, yeah.
The same the other day, same. I don't know. We said the other day, same sort of principle as the only reason we do it is just I'd rather race with people that are decent and you get on with than all right, if you're at the top end and you're with like alien level and you think no, we're going to need 3 guys bang on the same pace, it's different. But it's something to experience and have fun with a couple of decent people. Martin and I said the other day that it'll be really good fun, and eventually maybe later on in the year try and do like a 12-hour or a full 24-hour.
Amazing.
This guy behind him, Martin's a pro, so it's not your race.
Yep. Thank you.
This just makes me want to put my Clio in hand luggage and fly to Australia.
Right, really is.
Yeah. Good luck, this mate.
Yeah.
Oh, that bloody hell!
Still there.
Do you make it fit?
Still there. Clear left.
Yep, that was tight. That's wrecked my great lap, but at least he's through with no problems.
It was a nice move though, mate.
Yeah, I didn't contest it. I saw he was going. I mean, as soon as you're going too wide through that little kink, you have to let him go. I think, especially if they're not your race.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. I mean, the next guy behind me, who's my race, is about 38 seconds behind. Oh, he's further than that.
35.
The next guy behind you in your race is Storms, mate, and he's about 1.5.
Oh, so he is, yeah.
But he's dropping back. He's about 2 seconds, mate, so you're safe. You're in a safe place.
What does blue mean, though?
Lap
Blue
down.
mean? I don't know. Lap down, okay.
Yeah, you're about 13 seconds behind the next guy in front that you need to worry about.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 1.6.
Oh.
Do you know what I realised today as well? It's only 50 weeks till Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, come on! I haven't taken my tree down yet.
I'll leave it up, man. That's the only thing that'll make this year any fucking better, isn't it?
Well, there's been a lot of talk this year about the actual tradition of Christmas is to leave your tree up and your decorations till the 2nd of February. It goes back to the medieval period. There's some Christian tradition celebrating Mary's 40 days after birth or something like that. I don't know what.
Mary's 40th.
It's whatever it was. But anyway, they reckon that psychologically, it actually helps keep the celebrations going through January and lift spirits in the darkest month of the year. and it was only changed to 6 days after Christmas by the Victorians, who were all a bunch of glum bastards anyway.
Yeah. I'm a bit weird. I'm not a bandwagon. I'm not a massive. I love Christmas because it forces you to spend time with people. But this whole thing of where people go out and spend a fortune and whatever, it's like if you feel a need to spend thousands of pounds at Christmas to try and make the ones around you feel like you care about them more or love them more or whatever, you've got the other 364 days of the year wrong.
Yep.
It's nice to spend time with people, and you kind of like think, yeah, go on, let's go have something to eat. Let's go out for a beer or something, and that hopefully next year will be better. But to me, I just love seeing the kids' faces on Christmas morning.
Yeah, same here.
And the little things. My youngest, she wants to be a chef, right? She's called Lily May. Well, Lily May's a middle name, although Han's grandmother thinks it's hyphenated, and she just calls her Lily May all the time. It doesn't matter. It's him. So she's decided she wants to be a chef. She wants to bake cakes and stuff, which she's only she'll be 10 in May. So she came up with the idea that she wants to call her company Lily Made, which I thought was amazing.
Brilliant.
She got a book by an American baker called Rosanna Pansino, who was a very attractive young Italian lady, and it was a Santa present and whatever, and the look on her face when she opened this book was just phenomenal.
Brilliant.
And that's what it's about, something as simple as a book that Santa shoved in her stocking or whatever. It's unbelievable. It's like when I remember being a kid getting a certain game, or when I got my first copy of The Hobbit, I was about 10 years old, and I've still got it.
Wow.
Still got the copy of it. It's the little things that you remember, isn't it? I don't remember all the big expensive electronic stuff that got bought, or computers and stuff. It's just the little tokens that mean more.
Lap time was 2:04.39. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
Good luck, mate. You're pulling time back on that guy that's in front of you. You pulled a couple of seconds back on him.
Yeah, but the guy behind me's catching. That's where my race is at the moment, I think.
He's in blue, so...
Up down, isn't he?
Yeah, he's showing his blue on your timing screen, mate, so don't that mean you're a lap up?
Oh, yeah, he's in 29th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So if he comes, mate, let him go. He's 4 places behind you, so... Hold him off if you can. It'd be good for the experience, but don't put your race in jeopardy. You're 12 seconds behind your next target.
Yeah, I'm just not catching him.
Wait,
Well, I've caught a couple of seconds, but
I think you might do, mate, because Shane's just gone past him. You're down to under 10 now. So I wonder if he's had a little bit of an off. That's him in front of you. That's him.
oh, the blue one. Zarinsky.
Sorry, yeah, you've pulled loads of time back on him. There's 2 cars in front of you. Next one's a pro. Don't worry about him too much. Zaharinsky in front
That
of
I
him.
was so close to losing it then, but I've got him.
Is your race. He's got damage. Good lad.
Yeah, I was
That's
so
the
close to
position.
losing it there.
And you're 12 seconds behind your next one, which you're not going to... Oh, fuck, I didn't realise the race wasn't any other.
Nice to hit, mate. Yeah, you could get him now.
Last lap.
Last lap.
Yeah, just have a clean one, mate.
Right side. Clear right. Car left.
This guy's holding you up. Good move.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, it was a bit... That as soon as I did it, or in the middle of it, it just reminded me of Paul Ricard, and I just thought, oh, God, not again. But it's worked out okay.
Yeah. I think that Storms knows there's no point in challenging, because he was alongside you when he's pulled back.
Yeah. Well, there's no one in front of me that he can challenge, so there's no point.
No. And he knows, even by passing you, he's 6 places behind you. It's not going to benefit him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really respectful driving of him as well, because there's no point in him trying to pass you, causing one of you an incident for absolutely no benefit to either of you. .23rd overall, mate. It's not a bad result at all.
Well, it shows that top 20 overall is definitely on this season.
Yep. And I wouldn't mind betting, mate, he's probably...
I think that's another position. Someone's lost it coming off the mountain. Oh, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let him go. There's no point. He obviously wants through for some reason.
Huge storms.
Yeah.
The track temperature's increasing.
Oh, someone else is off. Hopefully it's a spot. Is it a spot? It's a spot. That's 2 on the final little half lap.
Nice.
So that's 21st.
Yep.
And Martinez wants his place back.
And there's the finish.
Oh,
Well done.
21. Oh, I'm happy with that, mate.
Well
I'm
done.
really happy with that.
Result.
Well, to be fair, I think that, well, it's not 5th, but I think like after what you had the other day, Ed, you have that horror race first one, then then second race, put it all back together.
Put into perspective, Martin, that you've got some very, very fast guys in this race, which I didn't have. That's just as impressive a result.
So 21st, moment of truth. 9th in Am.
Well, and you were doubting your ability for a top 10, mate.
Well, I said top 10 at some point in the season. I said at some point in the season, the first race weekend. Wow, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that.
In front of you that Gardestig, Strom, and that Barkas you said were going to be quick. Barkas had a mare. He was like 6 laps down in race 1 and 12 in race 2. So he must have pulled out halfway through.
Yeah, and Sachs.
Unless they were the ones that had the disconnects, but good result, mate.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Oh, I'm happy with that. No, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with that. And Shane will be pleased with 16th. Just in case you're watching this, Shane, which you're not, congratulations on 16th, mate. Oh, that deserves a bit of vaping, that.
Right, I'm going to go and get the kids to bed, guys.
Oh, mate, well, thanks for being in my corner, mate. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Oh,
I'll see you guys in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you soon, man.
Take care.
Take care, bud.
Take care.
Oh,
good result, mate. I'm chuffed for you.
I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to save the replay. I've never done this before. Oh, okay. That's all you have to do, apparently. Go on, let's save the highlights as well. Oh, it saves it already. Okay. Because you get a highlights package as well.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't really looked at one yet, but I'll have a look at that one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
He should be. Should be made up that one, mate.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I think all three of us have had a really good first weekend.
Yeah.
And it's been strong. Yeah, really strong. Oof. Anyone saying anything interesting on chat?
I think Kyle was playing Forza, Darren in the Simmercube, and I think Harley will be on F1 with Smalley.
Fair enough. Yeah, we need to build up our fan base, don't we?
Yeah, I was wondering whether to try and at some point do when I can risk streaming mine, whether to stream them to here as well. I wonder if I could.
What, to this channel?
Yeah, or just to my. I'm tempted to try Twitch. Eventually, I'm going to get a. Well, I want to get a GoPro for the track car anyway.
Yeah.
So I might make a mount for this. I'm going to put a board behind my seat as well.
Yep.
So it blacks out the back. And I might stream to Twitch.
To be fair, I think. To be fair, I think I've been considering streaming on Twitch.
I think Twitch is the way forward, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be the one where most of the YouTubers are going to, and then if we do decide to do little 20-minute content videos, we could do them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, shall we end the stream there? I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll end the stream there. No one's watching anyway, so yeah, we'll end the stream there.
I'm going to dive off.